Last week, I was invited into a pyramid scheme, so let's talk about that.
He is coming. Cover your butt.
If something is ever too good to be true, it's probably too good to be true. A friend of mine invited me to a meeting of a travel club that turned out to be a multi-level marketing scheme. If you don't know what that is, it's basically a legal pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme is a business model where you get people to invest, and those people get others to invest. The idea is that every level gets a cut of the profit from the level below. So if you're at the top, you will gain profit from all below, and conversely, if you're at the bottom, you will gain nothing, or in many cases end up losing money. These schemes are illegal in the US. A multi-level marketing company is just a legal pyramid scheme. By not asking for an investment, but rather selling a product or service, MLMs have created a legal way to scam people. I went and found one of WorldVentures' Dreamtrip presentations, and I figured we could go through it together. First, we have a Fire Festival-style promo video with scantily clad ladies and exotic locations. Then, we get into the nitty-gritty.
Number 3 is our vacation rewards program. Here in just a second, as I unfold this, every dollar you give us for the membership, we're actually going to give it back to you in the form of Dreamtrip reward points. You can see here on your screen that 1 point equals $1, $1 equals 1 point. And so it's not some weird like airline mile thing, like it makes sense, and I'll break that down for you here in just a little bit. And number 4, wouldn't that be awesome to actually earn your vacations instead of having to pay for them? Well, of course, right?
The first thing that should make you raise an eyebrow is that all your money gets turned into points. This is similar to what free-to-play games do. Rather than using your cash directly to pay for items, you use points. This does 2 things. First, it means that you will probably never have the exact amount of points needed for a trip. You will always have extra points left over, meaning that it will encourage you to continue to buy points in order to buy the next item or face losing those points. Second, it means that you can't use these points for anything else. It's like buying gift cards. It's stupid. You will always be on the hook for that amount of points with WorldVenture, discouraging you from quitting. Quitting means you lose all your points, and trust me, it's going to be a lot of points.
5 days, 4 nights at the Marival. This is a luxury resort in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. It's a 1,400 square foot suite, including some excursions there, access to premium liquors if that's your gig. You know, it's just an incredible trip.
Now we can start comparing prices. First, let's talk about the format they use to show us prices.
So real quick, as I'm about to show you some examples here, and the travel industry explained is like this. When travel prices are quoted online, in newspapers, on the internet, it's PPDO, which means per person double occupancy. So when you see a price up there, that means they're assuming 2 people are going together and it's per person, all right?
You might be thinking $659 for 4 nights seems like a steal, but it's per person and you must bring a second person with you. It was explained at the meeting that I attended that a single person trip is actually more expensive, so it's not really $659, it's $1,318. That's a big difference, and it makes it obvious why they show you the half price rather than the actual cost. Let's talk about the points again. You can use 200 points to pay for this vacation. Well, pay for this hotel stay since you still need to buy your own airfare. Okay, $1 equals 1 point. So you can only put $200 that you saved up towards this trip. How much have you saved up? Well, we'll get to that. But for now, remember that this trip won't cost you $659. It will actually cost you $1,318 minus $200. So $1,118 plus your airfare.
Is if you want one of the memberships, a lot of people, they think about, well, you know, what is this going to cost me? Is this one of those timeshare things? We're the furthest thing away from timeshare. Those are great, you know, but that's kind of the old school of doing business. We've got a new way of doing things. And so once again, you get access to all 5,000 plus trips hosted, okay? And it's only $100 one time and $25 a month. And that's it, okay? And matter of fact, every dollar you give us, we give it back to you, okay? So literally, when you become a Dreamtrips member today, we're going to give you 100 Dreamtrip points right back, dollar per point. You can go use on a trip immediately. Okay, on a 1-year anniversary, you have 300 points waiting for you to go use on a trip. Okay, so that's our standard membership. If you want our gold membership, you get the Concierge. So that gold membership is only $200 one time. We're going to give you 200 points right back, and it's $54.99 a month. So on your 1-year anniversary, you have 660 points, the equivalent of dollars, waiting for you to go use on a dream trip in the future, all right? And last but not least is our platinum membership. This includes obviously all the goodies of the other ones. Dreamtrips all wrapped into that platinum membership, and it's only $300 one time. That's it. And you get those points right back immediately, and then $100 a month. And so on your 1 year anniversary, you have 1,200 points that are equivalent to dollars to actually go use on a dream trip in the future. So those are the 3 memberships there. Do what's comfortable for you. And
Now we can compare some more numbers. When I went to the presentation, the Dreamtrips membership no longer existed, and it appears it no longer exists on their website. We'll follow suit and just not talk about it. So we're going to pause here real quick to point out something that I didn't notice when I first wrote the script. In 2019, when this script was first written, the prices have changed a little bit on the membership fees and the initial fees. So the monthly membership fee for the gold has gone up by really only a couple of dollars to $56.99 as opposed to $54.99. But the initial fee has actually skyrocketed quite a bit from the $199 that was set in this video to $279.98, which is the current going rate, which just keep that in mind as we go through some of these other numbers. The platinum version is actually worse. The monthly has stayed the same, but that initial fee has gone up from $299.99 to $479.98, so almost $500. So again, keep all of this in mind as you are as I'm talking about these numbers, that the prices are actually much longer than I first wrote in this script. If we buy the gold membership, we spend $250. Out of those $250, we can only use 200 of it, leaving us with those pesky 50 points that we will need to use soon or lose them. We're going to pause here again for something else that I didn't notice until I was editing the video, but the presentation actually does tell you that within a year, all of your points kind of disappear. So you can see in the little asterisk here in the corner, then that enrollment points expire after 1 year. So that initial, whatever, 500 points that you get or 300 points that you get for applying or becoming a member, if you don't use them in the year, they're going to disappear, and the monthly points expire after 1 year after they mature. So again, if you're not actually using these consistently to buy trips, you will lose them. Again, incentivizing you to go on more of these vacations that you probably can afford, and because of the whole point system, you can't use this money for anything else. So you really just out of sheer like economics, you're better off just taking that $100 and like putting it in your savings account every month, like that's $55, and then having them for emergencies potentially, and also being able to save for a vacation rather than going through this system. So again, something else I noticed while editing because I'm incompetent at script writing. Our projected spending was $1,118. But in order to have this rate, we need to spend $250. So now we're up to $1,368. What looked like $659 is now $1,368. It's even worse if you go for the platinum membership. For the platinum membership, you need to spend $400. Add everything to our vacation, and it's now $1,518. And you're still left with 200 points you need to spend. And every trip has some sort of cap on how many points you can use. Trips that are less expensive have lower caps. So if you were planning on just taking a weekend trip to San Francisco, you could only use 50 points to help pay for that trip that will cost $698. To put that into perspective, if you got the Platinum membership, this trip to San Francisco will cost you $1,048, and you'll have 350 points left. Also, every month you spend another $100 and get another 100 points. This means that in no time at all, you'll have more points set aside than you can use, discouraging you from leaving and risking the loss of those points. Now, you might be thinking that these stays are discounted quite a bit. Well, not so much. A quick Google search led me to find out that this hotel here is the Hotel Marival at Nueva Vallarta. A bit more searching, you can find that a room at this hotel can go as low as $218 and can be as high as $334 for 2 people per night. A 4-night stay would take your total to $1,046 for a resort room and $1,360 for a suite. Now, it is possible that with the added excursions, you could even reach a hefty dollar, but with a little bit of looking, anyone can get a similar stay for a similar price without having to turn your money into points or having to pay a monthly fee. Now, all this on its own could arguably be considered a scam, but it gets a little better.
Now, I want to shift gears here for a second and talk about the optional business side of this. Now, if you know some people that would love this membership, there's a way that you can earn some extra money here. And once again, if your financial situation is great, awesome. Well, listen for somebody else because you might know someone that might want a career change or they want to earn some extra money or something like that, right? So we got the perfect storm of our world. And one thing I want to say here is that just with any kind of business, okay, doesn't mean everybody's going to get rich. It means it depends on your personal effort and your skill and the time that you put in and your diligence, right? It's all of that. So I just wanted to share that with you before I get into this business thing. And to be a representative with us, it's only $100 one time, never pay that again, and it's $20 a month.
You see, if you like to be part of their business, you can. They won't hire you, they won't give you benefits, but if you pay them, you can work for them. Yeah. Think about that. You have to pay them to peddle their crap. And if you think that working hard will eventually make you money, think again. Studies have shown that 99% of members in an MLM don't actually make any money. Whatever money that is made is overshadowed by the money and time you put into the company. Imagine having a second job where you don't just not make money, but you pay them to sell their stuff and also make no money from selling their stuff. Dreamtrips is not the only pyramid scheme out there, and as long as the top 1% are making money off the bottom 99%, pyramid schemes will continue to exist. Don't let success stories entice you. If it's too good to be true, it probably is.